Gautrat. I'll go ahead and kick things off and then throw it to you guys here in the room. Fabrice, we'll start with opening remarks following today's match against North Carolina.
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the result. I think first half definitely didn't come out as our usual self, so we'll have to look back at that. I thought our press was a little bit off, but I thought second half was a really good response. I thought we definitely pinned them for the majority of the half, and yeah, I think we're really close to creating and scoring. So unfortunate to not come out here at least with a point, but we regrouped. I think there was a lot of positives from the game that we need to take from and move forward.
Thank you for that. We'll start here with Max.
Hey Coach, condolences on the loss.
Yeah.
What did you at least pick up on, at least in that second half, where it seemed like set pieces were coming left and right, you guys were being given and handed basically every single opportunity you could have been given, but at the same time, those just minor execution things, do you attribute that to the 3-week layoff? Do you attribute that to just bad execution of a game plan on your part? Where do you feel like that blame should at least?
Look, we're still a young group. There's still a lot to grow. Like, we're layering ideas, but even like the crossing situations, like there were key areas for us to exploit, and I think we just kind of like sometimes just hit balls in, and I think for us it's the spaces were there, players were open, and I think we just got to keep picking that. But it's also a group that we've got to keep coaching, keep encouraging, and there's a lot of good pieces. I don't think it's necessarily the 3 weeks off and this and that. But yeah, I think we just got to get back to the drawing board, keep exposing our players to those situations that we're going to be in. We actually worked on quite a bit of front third execution, so we got to keep layering that in next week for sure.
And bouncing off of that, speaking of the young core, just a quick update on both Kiki and Kat's status. Obviously, they were both, it seemed, kind of at least a little bit shaken up, at least in the second half. Do you have any further update on that?
I think they'll be okay. I don't know exactly any other details, but I think they'll be okay.
Okay. And then lastly for me, what at least, talking to Jane just now, she talked about in that first half, it seemed like it was great to be back out there, but at the same time, it was a lot of work to do in that first half, just with the amount of attack that was coming. What did you just see from North Carolina as a whole from an attack standpoint in that first half? And for your team that's been very good at getting off to fast starts all season long, at least in the early going, where do you feel like that the first blemishes, similar to the Angel City game, do you feel like need to at least be corrected now that you're entering the groove of a May where you're playing once or twice basically every single week?
Yeah, I mean, the Angel City game I thought was one of our best performances. We had a 3-minute spell where it didn't go our way. San Diego, I would say, from a pressing standpoint, was a little bit similar. Yeah, we were definitely a little bit disconnected on it. I think with Kaylin Sheridan and her ability on the ball, plus I would say, Carolina Courage has very dynamic players, very comfortable on the ball, loves to create overload. So yeah, there were a couple things there that we needed to improve. And if you're just a yard or two off, or your timing's off, like, it can definitely go from winning the ball higher up to now you're defending inside your own box. So there was a few things that we needed to tweak on the positioning piece to improve for sure. So.
Manny, go ahead.
Please, condolences on the loss. I just want to talk about just the front forward part of the team. Losing Mackenzie Robbie was a blow to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the first start of Kay Fosse and Kiki Vincent, and they had good chances, but pretty couldn't convert. And of course, subbing in likes of Messiah Bright and Clarissa Larissa trying to get the equalizing goal. My question is, now does that present a conundrum, seeing what two pairs will work with this team, or is more of just trying to see connections and partnership moving forward now?
Yeah, look, we're a competitive group. I thought Clarissa, when she came in the game, really changed it. Kate is literally her only second game as a pro. Like, she needs time. So I think it's a combination of things. I think Mac was, Mac was a great leader for us, and will continue to be even as she rehabs. So yeah, there's definitely big shoes to fill, but this group, the next person up has always kind of been ready to go. There's competition, so I can't say like, hey, this will be our front two moving forward, but I think there's a lot to work with, and we've got an eager group that's hungry to keep getting better, so we just got to keep coaching them up and get back to the drawing board. So.
And now moving back to the defensive line, you made a switch in the back. Of course, the experience of Luisa Boyating is something good, but also what you did with Leah. I think first half she played almost like a center back, and of course in the second half when you try to introduce Amelia Berkeley, she moved back to a left back where she played all season. How great is to have a player just like her, even though she's just a rookie, but to be seamlessly, to play as a center back and play as a wing back or fullback?
Yeah, no, I think it's priceless. Her ability to do that, I think it's huge, and it's a testament to her growth, and her versatility is only going to keep helping her career move forward. And it's good to have Lisa back, get some minutes under her belt. And I mean, the good news is I think we've got a pretty deep back line, competitive back line. So this will be good for us moving forward. People getting minutes to keep growing, because we've got 8 games in 5 weeks. Now it'll be 7 games in 4 weeks. So yeah, we'll need everyone for sure.
No, that only answers perfect to my next question. So 7 games in May. Pretty tough stretch of games, especially with a young core group you have. So how important is it for you just to shake off the loss and continue on this long stretch of games and not to lose a beat that way you have started in the first part of the season?
Yeah, if there's one thing I know about this group will respond. We're not affected by circumstances and results. Like we'll get back to the drawing board. Who do we need to be? Who do we need to show up every day? How do we need to lead each other? And yeah, I look forward to next game, just like the other players as well. Yeah.
Yep, we have a follow-up here, Ben.
I just one quick question about following up on that, at least when it comes to the excessive schedule. Your message on following the game against Louisville about the fan base getting excited off of this fast start has already created clearly energy, basically the entire sold-out Lower Bowl tonight. In fact, your clip actually has over 30,000 views on Twitter, actually, of you basically addressing the fan base, saying that this is a fast start and bringing more energy and representing the club and everything like that. Did you feel like that now, especially with this stretch of games in the month of May and then obviously the break in June, do you feel like this is a very important month for the fan base to show up and continue, as now you guys are basically playing once or twice every single week, and obviously even with the loss tonight, there's still a whole lot of positivity around this club?
Yeah, no, it's so important. I think it's great to see the growth in our attendance. So I think that's something the players feed off of it. I think, again, I go back to it, like it's such an entertaining team, such a young, dynamic team that we're only going to keep getting better. So the good news is we're still so early, and I think the world of this group, and I know we'll just keep growing, keep evolving, and be there for sure at the end. So.
Thank you very much, Fabrice.
All right. Thank you.